Let's be real, you feel stuck. You've been trying to change, you've been trying to build better habits, you've been trying to stay consistent, but no matter what you do, nothing seems to work. And the worst part is about this, deep down, you know you're capable of more. You know you want more and you can do more. So no matter how hard you feel like you're trying, why aren't you moving forward? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why you feel stuck and most importantly, how to finally fix it. So let's start with the root problem, because until you understand the root problem, no how-to advice will ever work. Starting off with reason one, you're addicted to comfort. Every single time things get uncomfortable, you seem to just check out. You seem to not want to do the uncomfortable things. You rather play the video games, eat the junk food, watch porn. The moment things get uncomfortable for you, you just check out. You just subconsciously decide to not be involved. You run back to that base, that safe haven that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel comfortable. You stay away from all the discomforts. But the whole thing about comfort is that it's a trap. Every single time we have one of those days where we have a bunch of things to do, but we end up finding ourselves, eating that bad food, skipping our diet, missing the gym, scrolling for hours on end on social media, right? Every time we have one of those days, we think that we're enjoying ourselves because it feels great. It feels great to scroll and find those funny memes on Instagram or TikTok, whatever you're on. It feels great to do those things, but it's a trap because the after effect is so crucial. It's so detrimental to our progress and just our weeks, our days. It ruins everything because none of that's worth it. We have that 5, 10, 20 minutes of laughter, watching Instagram reels, watching whatever it is, scrolling. We have those times of pleasure. However, it's the detrimental things, because the things that we are neglecting to do those pleasurable acts, those things are gonna come back the next day 10 times worse. If you're trying to lose weight and then you eat like some shitty food and cheating on your diet, right? That's only delaying the progress and your future self. You're just delaying him. It's not delaying you now, it's delaying him. Wherever you wanna go, whatever you wanna achieve, the moment you do those acts, you're delaying your future self and you're delaying what you want in life every single time. Every time you find yourself going into those ruts, doing things that you don't really want to do, but they're just there, those vices, the porn, the video games, just all of those things. Anytime you have any thought, just think about how you will feel after and how that will impact your future self. The second reason why you feel stuck is you're waiting for motivation. You think that motivation is just gonna come and it's just gonna spark up and then you'll start acting on things and you'll do this and do that. The thing is, right? People love to shit on motivation. Sometimes even I do it. Motivation isn't bad. Motivation's great. When you feel motivated, you should act on that motivating feeling because motivation comes and goes, right? So it's great to have. However, relying on motivation is the problem. That's what I used to do. Wait and wait. And we're not waiting like we're trying to wait. We're not just sitting there and thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait until I feel motivated. No, it's a subconscious act. It's like, I don't feel too good today. Let me just wait until I feel kind of better. That type of thing. When you do that, you're just messing everything up for yourself, because if you was to start doing what you want to do now, you will learn and go through the trial and error, building your character and going along the journey. Waiting for motivation is completely pointless because it's always gonna come and go. Motivation is gonna come, it's gonna be great, and it's gonna go. So you need to throw that idea of clinging onto motivation, because motivation is fleeting. It comes and it goes. It doesn't stay forever. And I speak about discipline and motivation in most of my videos, and you know that if you rely on motivation, you won't be consistent because you'll be on and off, just like motivation. Motivation is inconsistent. So how are you going to trust motivation if motivation comes and goes? You want to be on your grind 24/7. So how are you going to wait on something that's inconsistent? You're trying to be consistent. So don't wait on something that's inconsistent. Discipline is what's consistent. So that's what you need to have. The third reason on why you feel stuck is that you have no direction. And trust me, I'm assuming you're a young man or a young woman watching this video, 18 to 21. That's most people that watch my videos, right? If you're between that age gap of 18 to 21, you probably feel lost and you do feel stuck because you're young, trying to navigate the world by yourself, and you feel kind of lost, and that's completely normal. So you have no direction. But the thing is, acknowledging that you have no direction is better than trying to do every single thing at once, because then you become more lost than the person that's sitting down and being like, hang on, I don't know what I want to do, but they're trying to like figure out what they like, what they're interested in, what they may be interested in. They're trying to just figure things out. They're being perspicacious and introspective within themselves, trying to think and navigate what's really going on, instead of the person that's doing that and doing that and doing that, because you end up doing all these different things, wasting all that time doing all those things just to realize, hang on, I don't even want to do that. So you just wasted all that time for nothing, and then you're back at square one, just like the person who's just thinking and navigating things. You want to be the person who just takes your time. And when I say take your time, I'm not talking about being an idiot and procrastinating and relying on motivation and being like, okay, well, I watched this video and he said take your time. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's better to really think deeply and just analyze everything. What do you like to do? What are you interested in? Think about what you would like to do in your life. Or do you want to inspire people? Do you want to motivate people? Do you want to be an athlete? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Think about what you want to do, what you could do, what you see yourself doing, and the pros and cons to what it is. For example, one of my things, this is not my main thing, this is like more of a hobby. However, content creation. I love to make videos. I absolutely love inspiring, motivating people. So I looked at this, the pros and cons. The pros of what I'm doing, content creation, recording videos, is that you get to motivate people, inspire people, and just help someone out, right? The cons is that people are going to leave negative comments, whether I like it or not. That is the cons of it. Do those cons outweigh the pros? Not really, because who cares if people leave negative comments? People always got something negative to say. People always got something to say regardless. So that doesn't really matter. But the pros, wow, I can motivate people, I can inspire people, I can make people be more productive, I can get people on this self-improvement journey. That's great. So the pros outweigh. So just find out what you're interested in and then just tick them off, the pros and cons. The fourth reason on why you feel stuck is your identity hasn't changed. You still see yourself as that fapper, as that person who doesn't get things done, as that demotivated little imbecile. You still see yourself as such of a little person. You see yourself so little. So your identity within yourself and your mind hasn't changed. That's why you feel stuck. Because in order for your reality to change, the way you view yourself and your life has to also change. If you view yourself as a successful person who gets things done, who's disciplined, who does all the right things, if you see yourself like that, I guarantee you wouldn't be feeling stuck. But the identity has to change. You are no longer that version of yourself that procrastinates, that scrolls. Of course, we have our moments of when we do those things, but those moments don't just take away all of the progress that we've made. Absolutely not. It's like saying to a fat person, if you miss one day at the gym, you've lost all your progress. How negative and horrible would that be? Absolutely not. When you're on self-improvement, we do have those days. You're a human being. However, it doesn't take away from the progress that you've made. But when you have those days, you need to acknowledge that you're still that version of yourself that is powerful, that does these things, and you just having a moment of where you slipped up. Don't be like, oh my gosh, see, I've done it again. I fapped again. Great, I'm gonna be the same. Don't have that negative mindset. You are changed, and you need to acknowledge that within yourself and within your mind. Until you actually start believing that you're the person that gets things done, nothing will change. It's all about belief. You have to believe. Without belief, there's nothing. The fifth reason of why you feel stuck is that you overthink, but you under execute. You plan, you overanalyze, you do all these things, but then when it's actually time to take the action on all the things you've planned, you just bitch out. You just don't do it. You can plan. Planning is the easy stuff, but you need to start taking action. That's why you feel stuck, because you're going around in circles from business model to idea to all these different things that you want to do, planning everything out, and then realizing when it's time to take action that, hang on, I don't even want to do that. You don't need more information when you're doing these things. You don't need more information, no research, how to start a business, how to start a brand, you don't need more information. You need to just execute. You need more execution. Because look, if you're starting something out, you just need, I'd say, a good week. Or if it's something obviously big, like a huge project you're working on and you're trying to do something crazy, a good month. But really all we need, if you want to start content creation or something like that, you just need a good week to plan. Plan what type of videos you want to make, plan, the thumbnail ideas you have, whatever it is that you need to plan. It takes about a week. After that, you should already be executing on the ideas that you've made the week before. It doesn't take that long. You're doing all this planning and you're under executing. That's why you feel stuck. That's why nothing's moving. You're staying here. You see, everything I've talked about in this video so far, we're only at reason 5. Everything that I've talked about so far keeps you at that level. All the reasons, that's what keeps you at the level. But if you listen to this video, you take my advice and you go above all the reasons, you will start moving. It's as simple as that. As simple. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult. Just listen, be aware, take action, and you got it. Now, the 6th reason why you feel stuck is that you want quick results. Get abs quick scheme, get rich quick. Everything's quick nowadays. Have you noticed that? Everything is quick. How do I make $1 million so fast? How do I do this? How do I get six packs? How do I do this? How do I do that? Everything is so quick. And you know what? The reason why I think it is because social media and this digital world has made it seem like the people that we see have gotten there quick, if that makes sense. But that's not the case. No one you see, no matter if they're a one-hit wonder on their music or one video, no matter what you see online, those things are rare. People work for ages behind the scenes. Things that you don't see. It's the work, it's the silence. Those are the moments that build you. And then those moments come. If you're doing music and you're making music, and you're just honing in on your craft, trying to get better, improving, changing up your style, changing up the flow, and then all of a sudden you're doing all the right things, one of your songs blow up. That wasn't like a miracle, was it? No, it wasn't, because you was just doing the right things. Once you start doing the right things and applying yourself, things will just happen for you. It's not luck, and it's not any of this rubbish. It just happens because you're putting yourself in position to do the right thing. Just like me, right? I'm a boxer. If I train super hard for a fight, right? I done everything possible, I will feel more confident stepping in the ring because I had a good training camp. I slept early, I ate good food, I done everything right. I showed up to every single training session, strength and conditioning, the sparring, I done everything right. If I was to then win that next fight that I have, is that miracle? Is that luck? No, I just done the right things. And of course, you're obviously gonna lose some and win some, but if you just do the right things, you're less likely gonna lose. You're less likely not gonna get to where you wanna be. And the thing with you, once you don't see instant results, you then quit. You want that 30-day blow up quick scheme. That's why you feel stuck, because the moment you realize it's not that easy, you quit. Whatever you want to do in every single field or industry you want to get into, it's not easy. Everything these days is oversaturated, but it's not about that. It's about how you're applying yourself compared to your peers. It's about what you do that's a bit different, your mindset, your work ethic. And of course, there's going to be so much people with those things, but having that belief in yourself, what I've talked about in my other reasons, can give you that little edge. At the end of the day, whatever you're doing, it's all about who believes in themselves more, right? As I said before, I'm a boxer. Everybody wants to be a world champion. Everyone wants to be a world champion, but not everyone will be a world champion. The people that are going to be world champion are the people that believe in themselves the most. It's all about belief. Once you do the hard work, all those things, the discipline, everything, once you do everything, it all comes down to belief, because there's so much people actually doing all those things correctly, showing up to their training, doing this, doing that. There's so much people doing that, but it all comes down to the belief at the end. So now that you know why you're stuck, let's talk about how to actually get unstuck. Because obviously knowing the problem is only half the battle, right? Knowing the problem is only half, but fixing it is where the real work begins. So how to fix it? First, you want to build discipline, not motivation. Do you know how many times I speak about discipline over motivation in my videos? It's not because I have nothing to talk about. It's because I'm actually trying to help you and drill it in. No matter how motivated you feel, that feeling comes and goes. Discipline is what sticks. Discipline means doing something, especially when you don't feel like it. That's the thing. A lot of people get discipline mixed up. They think discipline is doing things you don't like to do. That's absolutely incorrect. Me, as a boxer, there's some days I don't want to train, but I love boxing. There's some days that I don't want to train because I'm a human being, but actually pushing past that point and training anyway, that's what makes discipline. It's doing things when you don't feel like it. Just trust me on this. Show up every day, regardless of how you feel, and that momentum will build up. Trust me. The second thing that you're going to do to fix being stuck is getting radical clarity. So what do you actually want? Just think about it. What do you actually want? Do you want to get fit? Do you want to get rich? What do you actually want? Ask yourself these questions, like radically, the most detailed way possible. How much money do you want to make every single month? What do you want your dream partner to be? What do you want your dream physique to be? Be radical about what you want. The thing is with you don't know what you want. And then you're confused to why you feel stuck. You don't know what you want. First, figure out what you actually want in detail so that you can start working towards it. What do you want? Ask yourself these questions. I don't know what you want, so you gotta ask yourself that. But think about this. Your goals are your goals. So successful to you could be making 10K a month. That's your goals. Don't listen to what anyone has to say. Rich and successful is all within you. It's not about what you see on the internet. Somebody's rich and successful might be to own a bunch of cars. Yours might not be that. Yours might just be having a lovely, healthy family with food on the table and a roof over your head and like stability. That might be your successful. So think about what you actually want so you can try and get there. The third thing that you're gonna fix is auditing your environment. Wherever you are right now, it could be your bedroom, your living room, wherever you are, just look around. What's keeping you stuck? Is it your messy room? Do you need to reorganize the place? What's keeping you stuck? Maybe everything's too cluttered, it's not clear. You see, you need to make things obvious and clear. Atomic Habits talks about this. There's a book called Atomic Habits. It talks about if you're trying to build good habits, you have to make it obvious. If I'm trying to, I don't know, if I'm trying to check my macros, am I gonna leave this weighing scale, like, you know, the kitchen weighing scale? Am I gonna leave that in the cupboard tucked away? Or am I gonna leave it on a table where I can just see it with a bowl on top of it so that I can just put like the eggs in or the cereal, whatever it is? Am I just gonna do that or keep it away? No, I'm obviously gonna have it open and obvious to where I can see it. So you need to audit your environment that helps you use your environment and where you are to your benefit, to your likings. Because right now, everything around you is keeping you stuck. If I saw how you're living right now, if I saw you, yeah, I'm talking to you. If I saw how you're living, I wouldn't be surprised why you feel stuck. You're better than this. You can do it. You can do it. Because you're watching these type of videos. And if you're this far in, you're really, really serious about your growth and your self-improvement journey. Because the people that have stuck around now are the people that I want to help. I don't want to help the people that just click off after 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I don't want to help those people. They can just go. The fifth and final thing that you need to fix why you're feeling stuck is you need to track, reflect, and adjust. I cannot stress this enough, but this is one thing that has helped me so much, and I still do these things to this day because it just helps me be aligned and it reassures me of what I want within my goals, where I'm getting to, what I've done, tracking your progress. So once a week, look back at that week, see what's worked for you within that week and see what didn't, and then see what you can do for the next week to make everything better. That's how you're gonna grow. The reason why you feel stuck is because you're just staying here. You're not thinking about anything. Thinking about what's going wrong, what's going good, how you can make those things work that are not going well. You're not thinking about anything. You're just accepting defeat and just sitting there thinking, damn, I feel stuck. Don't know what to do. Nothing's working. You're not thinking about the situation at a clear level. Start tracking things. You need to be competitive within yourself. For me, right, as a boxer, I do a lot of running. So I do a lot of 5Ks and things like that. My goal is to get my 5K under 20 minutes. Would it work if I was to run 5K and not track it? Just not track my 5Ks at all. Would it just work? No. I need to be tracking my 5Ks so that I can see my progress. This week, I got 21 minutes. That's good. Because last week, I had 23 minutes. So you see, I'm chopping down the time and I can see how fast I'm running, my heart rate, I can see everything. I can see clear things that I did and I can learn from my mistakes. So usually before, when I used to start my 5Ks, I would go full out at the start of it. And then like towards the middle to end, I would just be so tired. My legs would just be slow and then it would make my time worse. But my actual trajectory for when I started running was meant to be a good time. But because I maxed out so quickly, it ruined it. So now what I do is I go out at a fast/moderate pace towards the start. Then the middle of it, I kind of take it down a notch. And then the end of it, I then go rapidly, like exerting myself. That's what's worked for me. So I can see that. And as you just go along with things, you can see what starts to work for you. It's all about trying things. That's the whole thing about life. This all is fun. Nothing is so serious. Have fun, be you, learn from your mistakes, take risks, stop being scared, just do things because that's how you're gonna learn and grow. Now, the last thing I'm gonna say before I wrap up this video is that you're not stuck because you're broken. You're stuck because you've been following the wrong blueprint. Now that you've watched this video, you've got the map. You've kind of got an idea of where to go and what to do. So after this video, you shouldn't be feeling stuck anymore. The only question that you should have left is, are you finally ready to move?